Blessings. So today I'm going to speak to you about the mystical qualities of the rose. The rose is a sacred plant teacher. So just admire her beauty for a bit. Taking a deep breath. The rose is a sacred plant teacher because she has been around for millennia. In the fossil records, she can be seen as far back as 35 million years. She has been cultivated throughout the Near East, North Africa, Europe, Asia, and she is a very powerful plant teacher. I know sometimes we think of plant teachers as ayahuasca, or we think of them as San Pedro, but the rose holds a very, very special place. She has been an offering to the goddess Isis, as well as to goddesses such as Venus, Aphrodite, Ishtar, Inanna, Kuan Yin. She has a very, very deep mystical heritage. The rose is associated with the planet Venus, as well as with the zodiac sign and constellation of Taurus. There are some that say that the rose actually originated in other dimensions, in other galaxies and planets, which is not, for me, when I connect to this plant, her energy is that of another world. To me, she embodies and holds the frequency of such a high level of unconditional love that I just, at least not in this current phase of humanity, I have not seen, perhaps in Lemurian times or way back when we were a much more harmonious humanity. Now, the rose can be used in so many different ways. You can use her in tinctures. You can drink her in tea form. I always drink, so this is organic rose petals. I use this in tea form. I also use this to make ritual baths. So the rose is very purifying. It is healing. Her rose hips have one of the highest levels of vitamin C. So they're excellent for the skin. Rose hip oil is really good for your skin. It helps build collagen. This plant allows us to experience unconditional love that the Divine Mother Father has for us, and allows us to embody it in our frequency, in our body, in our nature, in our words, in our actions. Hers is a very protective energy. If you know anything about the rose, you know that sometimes she has very, very painful thorns. So she's very protective. She's purifying. She's illuminating. She is used a lot in love magic. So a lot of people want to call in a beloved. Whenever someone comes to me with that, I always say, okay, well, how much do you love yourself? How much do you nurture, appreciate yourself? Because the thing is, anything that we desire, whether it is love, whether it is abundance, whatever it is, peace, is the frequency is something that we must cultivate and nourish within ourselves. So if we harbor disunity amongst within our own psyche, within our own world, and there are parts of ourselves that we refuse to accept, then no amount of ritual love magic or sex magic is going to help, because you aren't embodying the frequency of love. You aren't nurturing and loving all those facets of yourself. And this is why I hold the Rose Healing Circle every month, right before the new moon, which is the phase that is called the balsamic moon, so that we can experience the most healing. And why the rose is one of the frequencies that I bring into this circle. Because the rose is really a powerful teacher. She holds us in love. She holds us in protection. She is nurturing. She is expansive. She allows us to experience an abundance of grace, of spirit, of love. And the more that we can embody the frequency of love, of harmony, of harmonious communication, of expansion, and of beauty, of grace, then the more that our life, the external, the physical realm, will actually mirror our internal world. So, as I mentioned, the rose can also be worked with in tea form. You can also use her in essential oil form, which is another way that I love to anoint myself with rose oil all the time. It is, oh my God, it is just such a beautiful, beautiful frequency. So this is actually straight oil. This straight essential oil. I usually dilute this with jojoba oil because jojoba oil is a good fixative. It allows the oil to last longer. However, if you use like sweet almond oil, it can go rancid very quickly. Or you can also use olive oil, but I like to use jojoba because it doesn't have a strong smell. So you can anoint your heart space with the oil. You can anoint your third eye, your hands, so that all you may do, all your actions will be in love. You can anoint your feet so that your steps will be guided by love. And this particular one is very, very important for women. You can anoint your womb space. So the womb space for women and men too. Men have an energetic womb, but women have an energetic womb as well as a physical womb. And the womb space is your space of infinite creation. So you can just take a few deep breaths, allowing the frequency of the rose to heal your womb, to allow your creations to become manifest with grace, with ease, with love. Ahava. So I use rose oil to anoint. I invoke her in our ceremonies. I usually have many, many roses around me. I'm blessed that my beloved often gives me a large bouquet of roses at least once a week. And also that I am growing quite a few roses. So these roses are from my own garden. So as I mentioned, the rose has been used as an offering to many a goddess. So it's really the flower of the divine feminine. And the divine feminine is that nurturing, creative, expansive energy that we are all a part of. That our power, our creation, our ability to create and manifest and actualize our destiny, our desires really rests with our connection to the divine feminine. So the divine masculine holds the structure, the protective framework for the manifestations of the feminine. So when we can, be you male, female, whatever denomination you ascribe to, when we can merge and integrate our divine masculine and divine feminine, that is when we can create with the greatest ease, with the greatest grace, with the ease and the flow of the divine feminine, and really see the fruition of our actions and our desires materialize in the physical plane. So that's just a little bit about the rose. It is an incredibly healing plant, as I mentioned. It is protective. It brings love and grace and ease and flow. It is a beautiful plant. So she actually allows you to become more magnetic and more attractive. So she increases your attractive capabilities. So beauty, grace, ease, love, abundance. She is used in money magic as well. But again, if you don't feel abundant within, very, very difficult to hold on to whatever comes to you. So when we cultivate with gratitude, with our practices, that abundance and feeling that expansive nature of abundance, then we can hold more. we can hold on to more beauty, more grace, more abundance, more ease. So that is a little bit about what I have to share about the rose. She is the central figure in my rose healing circles, as well as any of the work I do, whether it is Reiki, energy healing, sound healing. I always bring in the frequency of the rose because I find that she is a very gentle plant teacher. However, she is very powerful. She can allow you to shift in a dime. So I thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share it, like it, comment below, and I look forward to seeing you at one of my rose healing circles or in one of my live in-person sound healings. And if you have any questions, any insight that you would like me to share, please feel free to comment below. So I'm sending you so much love, every blessing. Ahava.